And now we are hearing Sean, from an employee at YouTube, is on the phone. So Sean, please tell us, thank you first of all for joining us right now, and please tell us what you know, what happened there.
Yeah, of course. I was actually walking back up from lunch when we heard the first wave of shots. It looked like it was right down by the lunch patio, but it was unclear where exactly they were coming from. Since then, a large contingent of YouTubers ended up in the back of the property out behind kind of this grove area. Since then, we were told by police and security to kind of wait there until we heard from them. After that, they started to escort us towards the edge of the property where they started patting before allowing us to leave the property itself.
So are you now clear of the property? Are you out of the area?
We are, yeah. We're just outside the fence line. There's been a lot of internal communication asking if everyone's safe. It seems like most people are. I've heard that it was a female shooter and that 2 people were injured.
We also heard unconfirmed reports that it was a female gunman, and they may also now be searching for a male gunman. Any other details that you've heard?
We hadn't heard about the male gunman, but it seems as though the female shooter hasn't been caught yet, since they're still patting us down before letting us out.
And can you tell us about the security there? Do you need to be an employee to get near the building? Do you need to show a badge?
Yeah, generally speaking, you have to swipe a badge in order to get on the inside of the property. That being said, there's some open areas where you'd have like gates that you could potentially step through, I suppose. But yeah, there's security that kind of came out really quickly, and they were really helpful in terms of getting us passing along the messages of staying in groups and not wandering back into the building. I think there was a few stragglers who were still hiding in the buildings. Went down. Since then, I think more and more of them have been kind of merging into the larger groups. And
did you hear any of the shooting?
Yeah, so I was outside probably, I don't know, 100 yards away when it started. It sounded like about 10 shots. It was one wave, and then after that, people started running. I went inside and tried to let other people know that there was gunshots outside, and it sounded like from inside not many people were able to hear it to quite the extent that folks on the outside were.
And so how close were you to that lunch spot, the spot that we've been seeing, at least from our helicopter pictures with the red umbrellas?
I'd say 100, 150 yards, something along those lines.
Now we
Close
are
enough
hearing
that it was very loud.
Imagine. Not terrifying. I can't even imagine how you must be feeling right now. How do you even start to make sense of this happening on a calm Friday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone has made sense of it yet. Guess we just, I don't know, from my own perspective, feels like we finally drew the short straw. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully they let us get out of here soon.
Yeah. Do you have friends that are still in the building that you have not perhaps been able to contact yet?
Yeah. In general, we've been doing a pretty good job within our own kind of chat groups to be reaching out about individual people who anyone hasn't seen. A lot of those people have been heard from since, and have been either in larger groups or in groups of 1 to 3 have kind of made their way away from the YouTube building and have kind of gone to the outskirt areas, both the Bay Hill Shopping Center and some of the parks in the near area.
Now, Sean, I know it's probably too early to tell, but Stanford is now confirming about 4 to 5 patients have been brought to their hospital. SF General also seeing several people who are injured and treating them. Any idea how many people may have been injured by all of this, just from what you're hearing from your coworkers?
I mean, the 4 to 5 number is new to me. Up until now, we've only heard that 2 people were injured.
Okay, and then this female that they are searching for, and possibly another man. Have you heard anything about who this may be, identity-wise?
No, we haven't heard anything to that front.
Okay, and we are also hearing reports 1,700 people work there at the headquarters. And how hard is it for, someone from the outside to get in?
I mean, there's always possibility of people following others in through open doors when they're walking through, but in general, we try to take a good stance of watching out for people without badges. It's unclear, really. There's multiple buildings at this point, all in the same area, so it's possible to get in, I suppose. But
Are you getting any indication right now on how long you're going to have to stay where you are? Obviously, police are going to want to talk to a lot of people. Are police mandating you stay in that area? What are they telling you right now?
They're still patting down part of the group, but they haven't given us any timeline as far as when we would be able to leave. Yeah, they said they would let us know as soon as they know more.
And you must be hearing from a lot of family and friends right now, wondering if you're okay. And I know a lot of our viewers and listeners right now are dealing with that situation too, if they know somebody who lives or works around there. It's just an absolutely terrifying feeling to think that your loved one may be among the victims. Are you hearing from people?
I have been, yeah. My phone's been vibrating off the hook since this started.
All right, Sean.
It was pretty amazing how quickly others started hearing in about it.
Yeah, in this day and age of social media. All right, thank you so much for joining us, Sean. We are looking at right now pictures of another group of presumably employees walking out of the YouTube headquarters right now with their hands up. So there are still people inside of that building, and they will likely be in the exact same situation that Sean is in right now, being led to stand around in various groups, being patted down by law enforcement so they can, at this point, separate the victims, the innocent bystanders, from the fact that there is a potential shooter still on the loose, from what we understand. Unconfirmed reports right now that there was a female shooter, and also that there may be a search underway right now for male shooter.
Yeah, and Sean, we really do appreciate, I know this is obviously a stressful time for a lot of people who do work at YouTube headquarters. If you're still on the phone, I had another quick question. That outdoor cafe, sorry, we do have to go. I apologize, Sean. We will get more information, of course, from our reporters that are on the scene and our crew on the scene.
Yeah, it is 2 p.m. right now, and we're continuing to cover this breaking news out of San Bruno. Police responding to reports of an active shooter right now at the YouTube headquarters in San Bruno.
And we are hearing reports multiple people have been shot at YouTube headquarters. It's right there on your map. This is in San Bruno, right off of Cherry Avenue near Bay Hill Drive as well. Let's take a live look at the scene. What's going on there right now, according to Chopper 5 overhead of the scene. You can definitely see a huge law enforcement presence. We have law enforcement from many different agencies, fire crews as well, and several employees have been taken out of the buildings by law enforcement. We saw a lot of people walking out with their hands above their heads, and as we heard from Sean, an employee at YouTube, saying that several people were being patted down as police are looking for the active shooter. The building nearby on Traeger Avenue has also been placed on lockdown, and that does have a component of the Department of Social Services inside that building on Traeger, but several different complexes are there.
So police are right
Walmart
now
headquarters, YouTube headquarters, all nearby, Cherry and Bay Hill.
Yeah, police are telling people to stay away from that area right now so that law enforcement can do their job. This all started as a barrage of 911 calls there from the YouTube headquarters. So law enforcement from all over the area then converged. Police, fire, ATF, right now on scene, and witnesses inside YouTube tell us that they heard shots fired and they had to barricade themselves in a room. Some of them, as you can see here, posting to social media.
A lot of breath. We're going for a walk. Oh, yeah. And it's gunfire at YouTube. I've been calling 911. It's hella busy.
You can hear the panic in her voice there. Now, that's a woman walking nearby. She posted that video on Snapchat describing what she saw. And obviously out of breath, as we heard in that video, other users are posting snaps showing their views of first responders who are out there on this scene. We can definitely see that as well. Here's this video from Snapchat. This one showing people being escorted out of the area with their hands up. You can see them on the sidewalk there. And this is our Chopper 5 perspective. Again, the police are searching for a possible female. Those are unconfirmed reports. We are also hearing reports that victims have been taken to SF General Hospital as well as Stanford Hospital. Stanford confirming 4 or 5 people injured there that have been taken there.
And this just in, we are hearing reports right now that the San Bruno coroner has been called to the scene, which is obviously very disturbing news when it comes to the likelihood that there are deaths involved in this shooting that broke out at about 1 o'clock.